But to Kim's question, yes, we de-installed the Ree Morton and Anne Green Kelly shows, and we are just taking our time with the installation of the fall shows, but still planning to open with Harold Mendez and Stanya Khan on September 26th. I mean, you know, by appointment, safely. One of my staff asked me today, well, what if we aren't officially allowed by the mayor or the governor to open? And I said, you know, if galleries are open by appointment, I don't really see why we can't, if it means that I have to talk to the mayor or something. You know, it just seems like we can do it safely. And I feel more anxious about going to the grocery store than going to a museum, you know.
I know, there's so much room for people to stand away from each other.
Yeah.
So much room. And
all you need to do is declare yourself a born-again church, and then you can everybody come in.
Perfect.
There you go.
Whatever it takes.
Crystal Palace North.
Yeah.
So, but
Well,
you know,
Anne,
please.
We have invited you here because we spent a lot of time talking to our little core group, and you were our newbie because we hadn't had a chance to come be with you and talk to you. But since Kim and I know you so well from the Hammer and believe so strongly in your vision, we wanted to do something to help. And we know about the whole LA consortium, but decided we don't want to give to this big, huge conglomerate because then we don't have any personal connection.
Right.
And so we have decided to support a couple of nonprofits individually. So we wanted to give you $15,000, and we're hoping that it would make some sort of a difference in your COVID strife, and thought maybe you could tell us.
Thank you. That's great.
What that might do.
Thank you. That's wonderful. I really appreciate it. Well, there's so much it could do. I mean, right now we have been, you know, figuring it out and making it work. But I think it might depend on what you would prefer. It could certainly go toward our fall shows. If you are interested in having, being affiliated with the program itself, or it could really be general operating. I mean, that's, of course, I think with COVID, what a lot of people are doing and needing, which we always need. But I am still raising money for Harold Mendez, which I think is going to be an absolutely gorgeous show. And I don't know if that's appealing to the group to be listed as one of the funders or not, or how you feel about all that.
Wow, I'll leave that to the gang here to talk about. Because we were open to just giving you operating funds because we wanted to be generous. So I don't know, what do you guys think and want to say?
So, I mean, ultimately, I think what works best for you is probably going to be fine with us. Just as in the our own efforts to try and get out who we are and what we do, it's always nice to have our name pop up someplace.
Yeah.
As we try and grow as an organization that helps institutions in this range.
Right.
So I guess that's the only caveat I would say to that. But our thinking all along was that we would give people freedom to just use it for their operating funds. Like, it's to give you a little bit of breathing room.
Exactly. Would it be okay if I don't tell you right away, because we're literally in the throes of getting some individual gifts toward the shows, and I have a few asks out, and it might just depend on how that goes, where we want to put it, you know? Do you need to know immediately, or can it wait a little bit?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, remember that the unrestricted funds gift, you can do whatever you want with.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think it's more like, you know, in a way, as unrestricted, we could just do with it whatever we want, but we might just want to acknowledge you on the wall for the exhibition anyway. You know what I mean?
We would love that.
As a supporter, like whatever I literally earmark the money to go toward, I think it would be really nice to have you noted, because that's
all we
really going to
need.
be the place, because we don't have like a donor wall beyond our board listed. So I think that would be great. I would love to have.
We actually, didn't we sort of talk at length about this, about how we specifically didn't want to give these gifts for something in particular, because we know that things are so up in the air.
So
right?
tight. Yeah.
And it's,
No, I appreciate that. I think the more unrestricted, the better, just so we can do what we
Right.
need. But
It is unrestricted. It's totally unrestricted.
Totally
You do what you need to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's great.
But just make sure you spell cheerleader with 2 E's on the wall. It's really important. Hey, Anne, I wanted to I got to jump off. I'm actually, someone's waiting for me, but congratulations. And I'm glad
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Victoria,
you.
everyone, thanks for taking the lead on this. Okay. And
Thank you for joining us.
And my check is in the mail. I promise. I apologize.
Okay, sounds good.
And make sure I get the check or you don't get your money. Okay.
Okay.
See you guys.
You have an
Okay.
excuse,
Bye.
even in the Grand Canyon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Excellent.
Well, this is so wonderful. Thank you. I'm so excited. And I
Well, and
literally
hope-
have an executive committee meeting in 15 minutes, so I can tell them. They'll be thrilled.
Yay. Well, and then maybe we can reschedule what we tried to do in early June as soon as
Yes.
it feels safe enough to have, because we only had like, I don't know, 8 or 10 people RSVP anyway. So we could still come, stand far away from each other, and finally do it in the building when it's, whether that's September, October, it's fine,
Yeah.
So
I would love that.
We definitely,
Yeah.
we do need to have a way to be more connected to you, physically when it seems
Sure. We'd love to take you through the exhibitions when they're open.
possible. Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Does anybody else have a question? Because she does have another meeting, so I just told her it would
No,
be fast.
timing is perfect.
Go for it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thanthanks,
All right.
everybody.
So
Talk
yeah,
to you
we'll
soon.
work out the details with you via email. Okay.